In Travels in Central Asia, Meer Izzut-Oollah shares a remarkable journey through the heart of Central Asia in 1812–1813. As a pioneering explorer from the east, he ventured through the towering Pamir Mountains, across the vast deserts, and into the bustling bazaars of Samarkand and Bukhara. Along the way, he encountered a rich diversity of cultures, from the fierce Turkmen tribes to the sophisticated Uzbeks and Tajiks, each with its own customs, clothing, and hospitality. He experienced the influence of powerful empires like Russia and Persia, navigated dangerous routes filled with bandits, and witnessed vibrant local traditions. Through this journey, Izzut-Allah paints a vivid pictures of Central Asia landscapes, trade networks, and daily life, offering us a rare glimpse into the world few had seen. Izzut-Allah describes the breathtaking yet perilous ascent through the Pamir Mountains. These towering ranges with sharp peaks and narrow passes tested the endurance of his group. Each step demanded caution, at loose rocks and steep drop-offs threatened to send travelers and animals plummeting down cliffs. The altitudes left them breathless, and he specifically mentioned a pass where the snow was so deep that their horses sank, forcing them to dismount and proceed on foot. At one point, they came across the frozen body of a previous traveler, a stark reminder of the mountain's lethal potential. Crossing the Karakum Desert presented a different set of challenges, with temperatures soaring so high during the days that the sun burned their feet through their shoes. Water became their most valuable resource, and Isis allowed details one harrowing account where they ran out of supplies and resorted to digging for groundwater. He describes the agonizing hours spent under the beating sun, anxiously digging and hoping to hit water before dehydration overcome them. At one point, they encountered a rare oasis where he notes the eclectic reaction of the men and animals as they rehydrated. As the sun sets in the desert, temperatures dropping drastically, leaving them exposed to freeze cold. Ajit Allah recounts how they would build fires from sparse vegetation and huddle together, wrapping themselves in every layer of clothing available. He speaks of nights when the wind carried sand that coated their faces, forcing them to sleep with clothes wrapped around their heads for protection. During sandstorms, they could only crouch low and wait for the storm to pass, covering any exposed skin to avoid painful abrasions. When he reached Uzbek and Tajik settlements, Izzat-Allah observed more structured communities with distinct gender roles. He describes how the women wore long, colorful robes and embroidered headdresses, while the men engaged in trade and farming. In one account, an Uzbek merchant offering him hospitality, sharing a simple meal of flatbread and fermented milk. The Uzbek language, distinct from the Tajik Persian dialect, requiring an interpreter, and Izzat-Allah highlights the linguistic diversity that defined each community's identity. Traveling through areas near the Russian border, Izzat-Allah frequently encountered Russian military posts set up to monitor and control the movement of goods and people. He notes how Russian soldiers in uniform patrolled, inspecting travelers for signs of smuggling. Those checkpoints underscores Russian strategic interest in extending influence over Central Asia. One Russian officer is warned him of the region's bandits, emphasizing the dangers for travelers without an escort. In the city of Hiva, he witnessed the Persian influence on the local leadership, where Hans wore Persian-style robes and received Persian advisors. Persian scripts adorned the walls of mosques, and Persian customs, such as formalized tea ceremonies, were integrated into local traditions. He recounts a conversation with a Khan who explained his loyalty to Persia as a necessity, describing as a shield against potential Russian aggression. Izzat Allah details the delicate political landscapes within Central Asia, where Khanates like Hiva, Bukhara, and Kokand maintained a complex web of alliances and rivalries. During his stay in Bukhara, he attended a gathering where the Khan openly debated the risks and benefits of aligning with Russia versus Persia. The moment gave him insights into the pressures local leaders faced to navigate foreign influence while preserving autonomy. The market or bazaars of Samarkand and Bukhara were central hubs of activity. Izzut-Oollah paints a vivid picture of stalls packed with a range of goods, from textiles to rare spices and gold. He describes the narrow lanes where vendors shouted prices, the scent of cumin and coriander filling the air, and traders hugging loudly over prices. Notably, he recalls a silk merchant showing him elaborate fabrics, each row shimmering in the sunlight, hinting the high demand for luxury goods. Caravans were essential for transporting goods across vast distances, and Izzut-Allah often traveled with them for security. In one instance, he joined a caravan of over 50 camels carrying tea and silk. He describes the meticulous organization required, with leaders managing provisions, timing rest stops, and coordinating security to deter bandits. Central Asian markets hosted a diverse mix of traders from regions as far as India, Persia, and even China. Izzat-Allah describes witnessing an exchange between an Indian spice merchant and a Persian silk trader who negotiated over prices in broken Russian. This diversity created a cosmopolitan atmosphere in those trading cities where cultural exchanges were as prevalent as economic ones. But Allah frequently observed the local religious practices, with mosques acting as central community spaces. In Bukhara, he visited a grand mosque with intricate tile work, where he noted the reverence with which people performed ablutions before entering. Inside, he was struck by the tranquility with rows of worshippers praying silently. He comments on the devotion displayed, particularly during Friday's prayers, where he was moved by the unity and discipline. Izzat-Ullah faced recurrent bouts of illness aggravated by the poor sanitary conditions and limited medical supplies. He writes about the fevers that left him bedridden for days, relying on local remedies to recover. This experience made him acutely aware of the vulnerability inherent in such journeys, especially as he watched other travelers succumb to similar ailments. Bandit attacks were a constant threat. One day at dusk, his caravan was ambushed and bandits tried to steal camels and supplies. He recalls how they felt great fear, fighting off the attackers until they finally retreated. This meeting highlighted the risk of overland travel and the importance of maintaining constant vigilance. Izzat-Allah often reflects on his internal struggles, noting moments when isolation and exhaustion made him question his decision to undertake such a grueling journey. Yet his accounts also reveal a sense of purpose and wonder that fueled his perseverance despite the hardships. He expresses a profound sense of connection to the land and the people of Central Asia, recognizing his journey as both a physical challenge and a profound spiritual experience. His reflections show how he balanced moments of doubt with a growing admiration for the resilience and complexity of the societies he encountered. Despite all obstacles, bad weather, illness, bandit attacks, and cultural barriers, his dedication to exploring and understanding his remote part of the world kept him motivated, allowing him to complete a journey few had attempted. That's it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next videos.